Hey everybody, welcome to the lounge, all my fellow loungers,
chillers,
ballers,
and grillers.
Hey, we're doing a Q&A.
Q&A, baby.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Question and answer. Question and answer.
Q&A.
Why you touch my hand?
Yeah, that was awkward. Anyway, before we get started, first I want to shout out our podcast.
It was an accident.
Our podcast, because it's really hopping now.
It is hopping.
I thought the last week that we had was the funniest week so far.
There was no serious stories. They were all funny stories.
It was all funny, and we're going to try to keep it more
lighthearted.
comedic. Yeah. I mean,
there's a balance
serious.
to have. Yeah, there's a balance.
Yeah, we'll have some serious.
And then
some not serious.
But majority
of not serious.
Right. Because I think that's our bread and butter.
Yeah, and again, guys, you can find that on Podbean.com.
Podbean.
Spotify. Google Play. And iTunes.
iTunes, just in case you couldn't understand what he was saying. I want to repeat it.
Also, I want to let you guys know that we started a Patreon account. Which is Larry's Loungecast on there. If you guys feel so inclined, the guys, and I'm talking to the people that are podcast listeners, naturally.
The podcasters.
Yeah, the loungers.
The loungers.
If you want to, hit us up, buy us a beer, or you can make a bigger donation kind of thing, because we're looking to upgrade.
Right, we want to put a better product out for you guys. That's our goal, to do a great product. And to do, in all honesty, we want to do more than just one podcast a week.
And until we find advertisers, we're relying on you guys, because it does take a lot for us to do this. So it's up to you.
Yeah, right.
It's up to you.
We told you from day one that this podcast wouldn't be successful without you guys.
Yeah.
And now there's just more pressure on you.
Right. So anyway, we're going to get to these questions now. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. Billy at the Dark Pickle, _dark_pickle. Okay. This is for Larry. If you could have power to turn it into anything, what would you choose to be?
Huh?
Wait to see what my question is. But
if I had power to turn what?
Turn into anything.
Oh, if I could turn into anything?
Yeah. Should have asked you that first. Should you prepare
like
yourself?
that's like a superhero?
I guess, I guess. Anything.
I'd just love to fly, man.
God. Okay. So my question is, this is so weird.
All right, go ahead.
If you could be, or have the power to turn into a female for a month, who would you be? That seems weird to me, right? Probably Jennifer Aniston, just because I would want to look at myself in the mirror for about a month straight.
Yeah, then you'd be having guys all over you.
No, I would not. I would change up a little bit. Maybe I can make a decision for myself to make that change.
Well, that is true.
But if I could just stand in front of myself naked and stare at a mirror for a month, I'd be fine with that.
Have fun with yourself. That's what you said.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
I should have was both my questions. I should have read them both before I came.
All right, this is from Fox PKC. What do you like the best about YouTube? What do you hate about it? That's a good question. What do I like the best? It's a place that you can be creative and put stuff up. What do I hate about it? That you can't put anything that you want.
No, you can't be creative.
You're very stifled on what you're actually creative about. We used to love
YouTube.
Yeah.
I like YouTube because it gives us a chance to be funny, to do what we do, and to get it out to the masses, because we wouldn't have this type of influence or ability without it.
Right, and I think this next question I have, I'm going to jump on.
You got two in a row.
Because this is kind of connected.
It's your channel, though.
This is from Noel. Will you do another series that is similar to Slappy Halloween? That was my all-time favorite series from you guys, as it was hilarious. Would love to see something like it in the future. And this goes into the problem with the YouTube and everything. It's like our favorite characters will always be the party guys and the angry guys.
Yeah.
And the problem is that they don't get pushed out on YouTube whatsoever. And it kind of kills the channel.
And it almost gets demonetized. It's borderline.
Well, the angry guys will get demonetized, but
they stifle us.
Yeah, they stifle.
We don't like to be stifled.
We don't like. Don't make me angry. My beard's gonna turn red.
That'd be awesome if you just put it back.
Yeah, all of a sudden it just goes. Yeah, that would be really cool.
All right. If Jesse hadn't introduced us to you during the Sega series, do you think you'd be doing YouTube? No.
No, I didn't even know about YouTube.
That's at Spader_Spaniel.
You didn't know. Well, I mean,
I knew about YouTube, but no. In all honesty, because the way that worked out for Larry and I, we had a really good friendship, and then life kind of separated. Right, I was young. You were more settled.
Right.
And we were involved with church and stuff, and I kind of went to college and straight away. We were always friends. We just weren't in Facebook. Yeah, we just weren't in daily contact. and I somehow stumbled on these videos that I was like, dude, is everything going okay with you and your family? Because things seem crazy. And you were like, why don't you come over? And this is like January. Why don't you come over and we'll talk about it? And we did. And all of a sudden he let me know that he was doing YouTube stuff all the time. And he invited me over to cook cheese sticks.
And we've always had like a thing about us, like whenever we like with the guys group and stuff, when we would do the church stuff. We always had a connection where we could make people laugh.
It was super, from day one. It was so prominent that I think the pastor pretty much said, "Hey, you guys need to work together."
In which case, this one, Give Up Vibe, says, "How did you and Joe meet?" There you go.
Mike Evans technically is how we met. It was Christmas Eve. No, it was a Christmas service, and you had given him a fishing pole and something else for Christmas.
And Joe was like, "Oh, I want to be friends with him. He'd give me a fishing pole."
That's not why at all. But it had been a really warm Christmas, and everybody was stuck in the grass.
Oh, yeah.
And we started pushing all these people out, and I was there with them, covered in mud, and we were pushing people out of the grass parking lot, and then all of a sudden he was like, "It's pretty cool he did that."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'll keep him around. Eric at Menchaca, or it's at Chumley86. Would you ever consider making tamales for a video?
I think we did.
Not tamales. I would consider making anything for a video, to be honest with you. I don't know what a tamale is.
Did we? No, chiladas we made. That's what it was. We made chiladas, not tamales.
Yeah. What did you say we made?
Chiladas.
What's the chilada?
I think it's a chilada.
You're thinking of a quesadilla?
Yeah, it was quesadilla. That's what it was.
He made fish tacos once too.
Made a lot of stuff.
A colada is like a drink from like Taco Bell, I think.
That's what I want, right?
Or no, Dunkin' Donuts, coffee colada.
That's what it is. I want a coffee colada. We've made a lot of dishes, and I'm not real, familiar with Mexican dishes or Spanish dishes at all.
But I love Mexican food.
Yeah, so do I. But it's like we learn how to do that kind of stuff. We're up for that kind of stuff, but you got to understand also is like one of the reasons we don't do chilling and grilling is because we're doing our podcast now.
It takes away a lot of time for us because we are limited, and chilling and grilling is
it's a time consuming.
Unless we get something simple like grilled cheese here, soup
out of a can.
Yeah, pop.
Here, Joe, this one's a good one. Now I'm going to let you have this.
Okay.
This is from Grade, Greyde. Grady?
Grady sounds like grade.
What is it like, he should be saying, is it like being fathers, parents?
Go ahead.
Do you have advice for those who are about to be fathers or parents?
Yeah. Get your shoes on, dude. It never stops. I mean, I was
Patience.
Patience is a virtue that none of us have. It's completely stressful. You find out that you love something more than you can ever imagine loving anything, and then that adds 1,000 pounds of stress every day because you realize that you're now responsible for this life. You have to do everything, and you have to mold them. You have to worry about what's going to happen in their future. My advice for you is my advice is take it day by day, and don't over worry, but don't under worry.
Right.
Because if your kid has a fever, you might want to call a doctor, but you might not want to call a doctor.
Yeah.
Call your mom.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna
see what they say.
See what they say. It's the greatest thing ever in the entire world, but it's also the most stressful and painful thing ever in the entire world.
Yeah, it's it's really hard to say because it's like, and every kid is different. So it's like if my kid might have been real easy, you could have another kid that's really difficult to raise. They're all different.
Well, I get attest to the fact that I have 3 kids and they're all completely different. But he's also talking about a kid who's older and established.
Yeah.
And so when you're looking back on things that, like when I look back on them being babies and how worried I was if they were breathing and how I'd wake them up and make sure, well, I'm an idiot. Because they're fine now.
Right.
But while you're in it, when you're in the thick of it, you don't. It's like looking back on anything in your entire life. You realize how easy it was once you get through it, or how great it was once you get through it.
Yep.
But while you're knee deep in it, you don't realize it. Let's see. At Ray Urick, at Urick Ray. That's his.
Okay.
Ray Urick's his name. Urick Ray is his Twitter handle. See how I did that handle?
Yeah, that's nice.
Lost sheep. Will it be an MVE2? And also, I love your videos. I have been a fan for about 3 years, or just ever since 2016. Have a nice day. Well, you have a nice day as well. And no control over MVE2.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with us. That would be a question for Jesse. And then he'd have to get try to get. Well, he doesn't have to have the same characters in it, but I can be completely honest with you, 100% right now.
Probably say no.
I have no idea at all. I've never heard one word about an MV2. So, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
We just don't know about it.
So if it is, me and Joe aren't in it because we've never heard a word about it.
He'd probably be in it. I would probably not be written off. This
is from Mary.
Hey, Mary.
What do you do for fun aside from making videos?
This is really the most fun thing I do every week. I hang out with my family. I watch football. I watch sports. I cook food. I mean, I don't really. I work and I come home and I go to work.
Yeah, seriously, it's like I'm trying to think like what fun do I have?
Casinos.
That's only once in a great while.
Blue moon.
Yeah, the blue moon. But right now, before I could sit there and say I play basketball or something, but I can't say that now. So it's like for fun. This is my fun.
Maybe we'll go fishing this spring and summer.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Billy Birch at Billy Birch 11 asks, do you plan on ever visiting England? He wrote the England, but England I think it meant. Would love to meet you guys. Billy, I'm always down for meeting people. It's always cool when I'm on vacation. People recognize me. I don't know. No, there's no plan for me to visit England. Do I want to at some point? Yeah, of course I do. It's England. Right. I've been to Ireland.
I have no plans to go to England.
No, I have no plans either.
And I don't know. It would have to be a free trip for me to go there.
Yeah, like for something.
Yeah.
Bill, if you guys want, look, I'll be honest with you. If you want to pay for us to come out to England and meet you, then we'll of course we'll go.
We like stay at a nice hotel.
It doesn't have to be nice. It has to be okay, and then the bar close.
Yeah, bar tab. This is from Brittany Duke. Would you ever consider doing a live stream of the podcast?
We have considered it.
We have considered it, and again, it's difficult because the next one is Noel again, who's saying, "What is the least favorite thing about doing a podcast?" And again, the least favorite thing for me about doing a podcast is that we're doing it for free, and it's a lot of work, and there's no reward that other than putting something out for you guys, which we do get pleasure out of that. Don't get me wrong.
No, it's great, but we're not getting that.
And we don't have the best equipment for this either.
We have good equipment. Look, they do a great job. Larry always does a good job of getting what we need to get the job done.
Yeah, to get started, but we would like to be really
we need to move on. Yeah, right. So we have what we need now to get started. It's a learning process too. It's not as easy and second nature. I love doing a podcast. I love sitting around talking to my buddies. But I also like having more time to do videos.
And here's the other thing. It's like Joe works like, what, 3 jobs?
Yeah, like 3 jobs. Technically.
Yeah, and if this was a successful thing, then I could take him away from a couple of his other jobs. Yeah, and then pay him for this.
And then it'd be 3-4 nights a week we'd be sitting here.
That's why we really want advertisement. That's our goal is advertisement on that. And I guess that would be like what I don't like about doing the podcast is that there's not advertisement that I can just put on it. It's like we put in kind of an application thing to get it. But we're waiting.
But we're getting the listens. You guys are doing a great job. But yeah, right. It's a different process. It's a different beast altogether.
Yeah.
And we're getting used to it.
Yeah.
Elaine Taylor at Elaine_Taylor. Do you guys plan on bringing any new series to the channel? I guess we kind of touched on that. We would love to. It's not a platform for it anymore.
Right.
It really isn't.
Right. Now here's from underrated creator. What makes YouTube fun to do for you?
Now?
It's not as much fun as it used to be when we would do our skits, especially back in the day when
whatever we did,
push them down, no matter what.
You do whatever you wanted to do.
But now because we have to watch what we say, we can't cuss, which is not really that bad.
No, that's not a big deal.
But we have to worry about even the little words. You know what I mean? That
you can worry about the problem with YouTube is now you have to worry about everything, titling. The picture.
You have to worry about anger if you're getting loud.
Yeah, you get mad or angry, and we do that just when we talk.
Yeah, because
so we would like to create anything. We're having our creativeness stifled.
Yeah.
Had it been the same, we would definitely have more serious because Slappy Halloween was a lot of fun for us to do.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, good.
Now here's another one, Joe. Always Juggy. What inspired you to start a podcast? Okay. I'll hit that one at first. What inspired us is that One thing about me and Joe, in case you guys don't know, is we like to talk.
Yeah, for sure.
And the audience on YouTube is especially our audience, because we were connected with Jesse's channel, is mostly a younger audience on YouTube. Well, we kind of are geared more towards an older audience.
Yeah, for sure.
And we believe that we'll get that on the podcast. Other than we will get.
No, I would not. No, and I think so. I think that we are, because we're older. That's what.
Right.
So when we see older and younger, we're talking about the fans who watch our channel. There are people that are our age, man, these guys are really getting it. But I think we also have a lot of good advice.
Right.
As being the uncle, you're still Uncle Larry, no matter who you are. You still have that ability to give advice. I think the younger people still listen to what we have. I love the podcast. I think we wanted to start a podcast to give us a different kind of outlet to more people and different people. And I think it gives us a chance to give advice and voice our opinion on things more than YouTube does. YouTube's more let's do a challenge, let's do a cooking video.
Yeah, because you can only do a Q&A when you're doing a real talking thing like this. We tried keeping it real. Keeping it real didn't work.
No, we didn't.
The views weren't there and everything. But on a podcast, you could do the keeping it real. And the CPM on podcasts is even higher if you can get those advertisers. But
you have to apply for it, though, which is a different thing.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Yeah. Sorry, let's see.
But we like to talk. That's the main reason what inspired us to do.
That is the biggest thing. Would you consider, Animus 2_O, would you consider doing a series of stories on Storyfire with both of you? Yeah, once we get the opportunity to do it, we would consider it, and I think that's where our platform would be. And then
especially for the things like the Angry Guys and our skit kind of stuff. That would, if we're ever allowed the opportunity, we would probably put them up on Storyfire if we were allowed. Here's one for me. It's from Merc Retro. Will you ever become overweight, Larry? I am slightly probably overweight right now.
Who's Overweight Larry?
Overweight Larry, yeah.
The new character?
I certainly hope not, but it's I can't move around a whole lot to
it catches you real quick.
Yeah, so I'm getting older. I'm sure I'll be overweight.
Somewhat overweight, but overweight is very there's a very broad term. All right, guys, let's see. By XX Panthera XX, will you ever do someone else's recipe on chilling and grilling? Every time we did a recipe on chilling and grilling, other than your pot roast, your chicken pot pie, my wings.
But usually I can claim them as most of them because I change something in them.
But all right, so yes, we would do somebody else's recipe, but we probably would change something to make it our own.
Oh man, it went back. What's yours and Joe's favorite music? Go ahead, Joe.
Favorite music? Type of music is rock and roll, 80s, retro probably. My favorite band is U2.
It's always been that too, right?
Yep, always.
Yeah.
I was actually tattooed on my back.
I always liked
Tom Petty?
I always liked U2.
Oh, you know
I always liked U2. But mine is...
I like you too, bro.
Mine's Led Zeppelin.
Zeppelin's great.
And Tom Petty's always been my number one.
Tom Petty's dope. Yeah. But the thing about it is, though, it's also, I think, when you grow up. I grew up in the 80s, so U2 was the biggest band in the 80s.
Right.
I mean, they go back in history.
Okay, so we're going to do 3 more questions right now.
Am I going first? Or you going first?
You got one?
You go, and then I'll go, then you go.
One food you could never... One food you could never, ever bring yourself to eating. She wants to know what's the one food that you can never bring yourself to eating. I know what it is for me. Well, actually, there's 2 of them, but...
You can never give up. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Sorry.
One food you could never, ever bring yourself to eating. There's a food that you dislike the most. What could you not eat? Mine would be lima beans or string beans. Either one of them. It doesn't even matter because I don't like either one of them.
That seems weird to me because both of them are pretty easy.
There's not a food... But is there a food that you can never...
No, I don't think... until I try it. There's that Nordstrom stuff, that fish stuff that seems pretty gross. Right?
Yeah.
I can't think of really anything else.
All right, what's yours?
I don't have any... Hold on. I don't have any other questions. I'm trying to find one thing. All right.
We had a big glare coming in through the window.
So let's just end it with 2 questions instead of 3 questions.
All right, so the next one is from Billy D. How many jobs do you got left for Tom?
So, all right. So I'm out of questions. I have no jobs for Tom other than being our producer.
Well, I told you that I had,
It's very important.
He's done the wood. He
did a great job with the wood, and the stones look great. He did a really good job.
He has the mulch to do. There's some painting that I need done outside, and there's going to be some other projects that we have around the house and everything.
You need to wax the car on and off because it sounds like you're doing Karate Kid. You're teaching him how to paint the fence.
Yeah, paint the fence. No, I didn't say the fence. The fence is like
fence is this. Yeah, but you said the house. Ooh. All right, so I did the right thing. Paint the fence. Paint the house is like this.
Right.
And then paint the fence is like up,
down. Yeah. Up.
Yeah, you nailed it.
I have some more jobs for him and everything, but
the most important job is being producer of the show. Obviously, he is. Without him, you guys don't realize how much Tom does behind the scenes.
Speaking of that, we got a problem.